Hello and welcome to Stitching with My Kitties, floss tube number 59. I'm Patty Penn and today is Sunday, 23 August 2026. I'm so glad you're spending some time with me today. If you're new here, I hope you like what you see, that you'll like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back again and again. It really does mean a lot to me. I hope everyone had a great couple of weeks since we last spent some time together. I took down the Americana decorations around the house. I will probably put up the fall decorations Labor Day weekend. I have a 3-day weekend that week, so that will be a nice time to do that. It does take a little while because I do have a lot more fall and autumn decorations than Americana. Of course, not as much as Christmas, but other than the tree, it comes pretty close. I did put I'm going to spin you around here. I hope I don't make you too seasick. I did put my autumn pears out, or excuse me, my sunshine pears out, and Levi wanted to make the pears, so I sent him the chart and some of the Jack's Rum and the Dinky Dies, and he's already finished one of them. I mean, fully finished. It is so cute. He did the ABC pear first. Gowron Stitchery is now sold out of the chart. So unless you know someone that you can borrow the pattern from, there's not any out there because it wasn't exclusive to Gowron Stitchery. I feel like Annie B's will release it to the public, but I don't know when. And of course I don't have any official, but I think most of the designers do eventually release them. So Niecy Lynn and Lisa and I did the sow with the sunshine pears, and Niecy Lynn is working on hers. I think she's finished all of the patriotic ones. I'm not sure. I know she was awfully close if she hadn't finished them. Please forgive me, my allergies are really bad today. I woke up not feeling well and I finally just took a Zyrtec a few minutes ago. I hope I don't fall asleep during this floss tube because they do make me drowsy, but I didn't have a choice. So I'll try not to clear my throat too much, try not to have to blow my nose, and we'll power through it. I walked 6 days this week. So I walked Monday through yesterday, Saturday, and it was raining yesterday morning, but I got out anyway. It wasn't raining real heavy. It was misting when I first went out, and then it stopped, and then it started drizzling. But I took my jacket with me, so I was fine. We have 2 baseball games this week and 2 baseball games next week, and then that's the last of our tickets for this season. I'm going to go with Damon on Tuesday night this week. The Thursday is a 1 o'clock game, and I'm not going to take off work to go. And then Monday and Tuesday the following week. So the last I heard, James Wood was still out due to an injury. And I think C.J. Abrams is playing second base because I think Rasim Ruiz is playing shortstop. So I'm gonna have to ask Logan tomorrow because he's my assistant, and he played baseball all through college and is an assistant coach for one of the high schools here. So he knows all of that, and he's always helping me. So it's been beautiful here this past week. It's been about 5 degrees below the normal average for this time of year. I think yesterday the high was maybe 82. It was 77 when I came downstairs an hour or so ago, according to the little, that little thing on the wall. What do you call that? Where you turn on the AC or the heat. That thermostat. Anyway. So, talked to Niecy Lynn yesterday. I was watching her floss tube because I watch Niecy Lynn and Gowron Stitchery every Saturday morning when I get up. That's the first thing I do is watch both of those floss tubes. And Niecy Lynn said that she was going to call me that afternoon, Friday afternoon. She films on Fridays because she has an ulcer. Well, she didn't call me. So I found out via floss tube. So it was about 4:30 her time, but I sent her a text and I said, you better call me as soon as you get up and get going, because I need to know about this. So she thanked me for not sending out an assassin when we talked. So, but I think there is medication that can help heal the tissue. So more to come. Let's see. Oh, okay. O Stitch Happens. If you're not watching Levi and O Stitch Happens, you need to. He is changing his channel up a little bit. The second and fourth Mondays of each month will be quilting, and he does amazing quilting. The first and third Friday will be finishing, and then every Wednesday will be cross stitch. And we were texting, I don't know, it was early one morning. He had asked me a question, maybe on the pairs or something. We were texting back and forth, and he had the nerve to say that he's an introvert at work. Niecy Lynn and I are going to go undercover and go spy at his place of employment, because there is no way that man is an introvert anywhere. You've been forewarned. I've already told you the sunshine pairs have sold out. So let's move on to Happy Mail. So, every quarter, Levi and I exchange project bags because it was going to be an annual thing, but in his mind, he heard me say quarterly. So we're having fun with it. So I get this package in the mail. Now, he's always drawing something on the box or the envelope or whatever it comes in, okay? It says, Dear Santa, bring treats or else. Bring treats or else. That sounds like a threat to me. But there's the kitty or the puppy. I think it's a kitty because of the ears, the triangles. He and Victor have Shih Tzus. Well, he sent me choices of the fabric that I would like for him to use. And this is the fabric that I chose. It's Duke. Look, he's dipping his paw in a glass of milk, and there's Santa's cookies. Can you believe it? I don't understand how. He is so creative. He is so creative. And look at the quilting. Look at that quilting. It is beyond gorgeous. But when I saw this, I just couldn't believe it, because we have a water fountain that the kitties drink out of. And Duke is always putting his paw in there. So he puts his paw in there and then he licks his paw. Or this morning he was putting his paw in there and then shaking it and then putting it back in there. That's Duke. I'm talking about you. He's over there taking a bath. And then Levi normally sends me a mug rug. Look at this. Look, it's a mug with Santa. Is that cute or what? I love it. So, and remember some time ago Karen Grapp, who is, she and I are doing the Janet Irving sale. We're hosting the Janet Irving sale on Instagram, and Levi's stitching it with us. Well, she sent me a needle card, and Daisy Mae promptly stole it. And I've been looking everywhere. I walked into the, in here into the formal dining, and this was on the sideboard. The needle card that Janet sent me. It's beautiful. She does such fabulous work. Both her stitching and her finishing is just immaculate. Just immaculate. So I texted the housekeepers and I said, where did you find this? And Jackie texted back and she said, I don't know, I'll ask the ladies. So she sent me a text, I guess it was earlier this week. Daisy Mae had knocked it underneath one of the Persian rugs. I don't know which one, because we've got, I don't know, 4 down here, I think. They found it underneath the rug. It's in perfect condition. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's going in my pink Stitchy box, because you know me and my Stitchy boxes. So, and I'm going to consider this happy mail too. Hobby, listen to me. Holly of Hobbies of Holly. If you don't watch her, you need to. I will link her floss tube below too. Let me make a note of that. So she was destashing some things, and all of the proceeds was going to a charity that, I hope I get this right. Holly, let me know if I have this wrong. It's a charity that tapes the Bible for people who are blind in other languages. I think that's right. Well, I hope I don't have that wrong. Well, first off, she sent me floss cards. Look at these. Is that cute or what? And then here's her Instagram. And like I said, I will link her floss tube below. But I just, I love floss cards anyway. I don't put my DMC on floss cards, but all my other flosses are on floss cards. So Holly, thank you for these. They will be used for something very special. Possibly, I don't know if probably not for my 103s from a Vera swap, but she was destashing from Antique Sampler Reproduction, Adelaide Underwood, 1846, a Norfolk sampler. So it has the chart and it came with the 103s. Are those beautiful or what? So I love this. I think it's beautiful. And the butterflies, and of course, I don't wear my glasses because they reflect. I think that's birds, but the butterfly, and I think those are birds in like under a bush or something, because we love butterflies. So, so I got that, and she had one fully kitted from the Scarlet House, Mary Ann Smith, 1835. So it came with the chart. I believe that's 40 count linen and the 103s. So I couldn't resist that. So I'm glad I got those 2 things, Holly. Thank you. Next is my cross stitch journal for August, and I haven't really felt like stitching very much. I haven't really, I didn't stitch, I think, for 2 days this week, so there's not a lot written in here because I don't write in it every day anyway. But Here's my August, and I love it. And I need to go to my Crazy Life Lori to see if her Etsy shop has the 2027 calendars yet, or planners. It's really a planner yet, because I did message her and she is putting out one for 27. I just don't know when it'll be available. I'm gonna have a few new resin pieces to show you, but I'm gonna wait till the end in case you're not interested. And I know, Lacey Lynn, I told you I was getting rid of this after we Zoomed last weekend, but I didn't. Okay, don't forget the Whips and Waves cruise is coming up September of 27. There's still a few cabins available, so please consider joining us. It's going to be so much fun. I think it's 8 nights, and then Damon and I are staying. We're doing a back-to-back, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Now, when Niecy Lynn, Christy, and I were Zooming last Sunday, we talked about some thoughts of where to go, what to do for the fall of 2028. So stay tuned for more on that. Celebrity has not released their, they only had through, I think Christy said April for 28 available. So, but there were a couple that I feel like they will extend that sounded really interesting, because we're thinking about maybe the Mexico, Atlantic and the Caribbean, Mexico, Belize. There's some Mayan ruins that you can go to as excursions. That would be really interesting. Let's see. Plans. I want to start Lady of the Flag by Mirabilia. It was released earlier this year. Now, I'm doing the blue conversion. And I think I showed, in fact, I'm sure I've shown you this before. The fabric. This is Fabric Flare, of course. And I was watching Oh Stitch Happens, and Levi had gotten a cut of this. He's going to restart Queen of Liberty. What's that called? I always forget. Yeah, Queen of Liberty on this same fabric. So I said, well, let's start it on September the 1st together. Now he's going to change his Queen of Liberty. She's gold. He's going to change, or he's thinking about changing her to the Statue of Liberty colors, which would be gorgeous. Again, very, very creative and amazing to me. So I have the blue conversion that Christy sent me. Well, it has a lot of anchor flosses. I don't have any anchor flosses. Well, I might have, a random here or there. So I spent yesterday afternoon in Microsoft Copilot, having Copilot convert it from Anchor to DMC. And then I'm also converting the Krynic colors to Rainbow Gallery Petite Braid. So I haven't pulled all of the colors yet. I've got to get them all together and see if there's any that I'm missing, because I'm going to use all DMC. I'm doing mine on 36 count. It calls for 32. So the blue conversion also had a conversion for Delica beads. So I did order some blue and white Delica beads, and for some reason there's some gold in there. And I also found that I have some Delicas from when I used to bead, so I can use some of those blues too. So I'm going to, this afternoon when I finish up here, I'm going to try to pull the beads together and then pull the DMCs in case I need to run to, what do you call it, Michael's? Yeah, Michael's. So that I'll be ready to start that on the 1st of September. Now, let's see, I don't have any finishes and I don't have any FFOs, but I do have 2 whips. I've been working a little bit on Fridays if it's kind of quiet. I'm Easily Distracted by Kim Deal. Niecy Lynn kitted this up for me, and when I finish, Niecy, I'll get you the chart back because there was only 1 chart. And then this is where I am. So I got some of this done and I'm really enjoying this. And the nice thing is, like Niecy Lynn says, it holds all the stuff that you need. So I've got glasses in there, I got my working copy, I've got the flosses. So this is a lot of fun. I thought the bag was gonna be, you know, since it's so big, because it will carry a lot of stuff. I love this size. So it's really, I'm not, you know, it folds up easily. So then I've already mentioned that Karen Grapp and I are hosting the Janet Irving Sal on Instagram. So I keep her in my project keeper that, not project keeper, my project bag that Levi surprised me with. It has, that is the Virginia quilt block. This is the fact, I sent him scraps. I did not send yardage. Anyway, he made several bags out of it, and I love it because this is blackbird fabric. And so there's a piece of floss, imagine that. So I keep her in here. She's going with me on the cruise. We leave the 26th of September. Here's all the Cosmo colors. And it called for 32 count, I believe. I'm doing it 40 count by Atomic Ranch, and the color is Lullaby. And she is really large. She is 238 by 270. Now, the sale started on the 17th of May of this year. There's no assignments. The goal is to finish it by 17 May 2027. Well, at the end of May, I'm going on the Samplers at Sea cruise that Jean Farish is hosting, along with 3 or 4 other sampler designers. So I hope you'll join us. And it's hashtag Janet Irving Sal, and Janet has 2 N's. I think you can see that. And then here's where I am. You know, I had to start all over. I restarted it, I frogged everything out, and restarted it on the 8th of August. And this is where I am. So I have a little bit more to come down here, and then work my way across, and the border will be, the outer border will be completed. And I'm just really enjoying it. Now, I'm doing the whole border before I do anything else. Levi's doing 1 page at a time, and I don't know. Karen, how are you doing yours? I would be curious to find out. So this, like I said, I'm really enjoying it. I love the colors, so it should be a lot of fun to be able to take that and show Jean that I finished it, because this is an actual reproduction sampler from, I believe it was her husband's family. So that's pretty cool in my book. Let's see, okay. I don't have a lot of haul. Yay, pocketbook. So, Hobby House has Winterberry on sale. I think it's 30% off, at least 30. And I did not have the indigo. and I put my kitty zipper pull. I got this, this is a primitive hair zipper pull that I got last Christmas, I think, or around Christmas time. It's when I ordered it. But look at this inside. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Is that gorgeous? Because you know I love my Winterberry. And then this is supposed to be a scissor case. I put my reading glasses in there so that I can see the pattern that I'm working on, the chart. And then here's the inside. Those are just, I'm not sure what you're supposed to do with these. I haven't figured that out. So, anyway, but beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So go check that out. A lot of the colors are on sale. Was emailing with Kathy, the owner, and she said that they're making room for new colors. That's not good. Then I think I get an email almost every day from Simple Stitches. Simple Stitches, what's that? Fabric Shop? I don't remember, but anyway, I found out about them. I'm pretty sure it was from Kathy Haberman of Hands-On Designs. And so there was a link or something at Simple Stitches that caused me to go over to a company called Everwoven. And it's owned by Myra Roberts. Well, then, of course, you know, I had to text Levi because he's a big quilter. And so you got to go check this out. So I got I got 7 of her patterns. This one is the first one that I saw, and it's 3D pumpkins with, there's, that looks like, that's not I don't know, I thought that was an Ohio star, but I don't think it is. Flying geese, but are those cute or what? Oh my gosh. So I got that one. And I got PDFs. I like PDFs. And then this Field of Fable. This is a table runner. And I think I'm gonna try to make this before Thanksgiving. I love that. And then I had to have this one. Sweet as Honey table runner. Well, you know why I had to have this one. And I've got some blue fabric that is bee themed. That would be a perfect background. So, yay. Then I got All Tied Up tote. I love it because it's got ties on the side. And look, it's showing some of the pumpkins. And then there's one that I couldn't download. So I emailed Myra, and I'm sure she'll get that to me, you know, first of the week. So that was a good find, in my opinion. I only looked at a few of the things. I didn't go all the way into the full website because I have so many quilt kits that I've got to start thinking about which ones I want to start first after I retire. And then from Roxy Floss Co., Modern Folk Embroidery, the Fast Frisian. And you know, I love Modern Folk Embroidery. Jacob is just amazing. Now he likes to do, of course, the monochromatic. And you know, I'm such a color person. And I did get the Roxy Floss Co. Flosses. Sorry for the glare, it's really bad. But that's gonna be beautiful to do. Just beautiful, because you know I love my Quakers. Then the last 2 things, or there's actually 3. I got my Fabric of the Month from Dreamin', Needlecraft Corner, Atomic Ranch, Vanilla Cream. and I get a half yard, and this is 46 count. Now next month will be my last fabric of the month from Atomic Ranch, because I've got a good collection now, and I really don't need any more unless it's a real specialty color. And then I had to order something. Oh yeah, I ordered some MPI silks, just a white MPI silk from 123 Stitch, and I picked up Silver Fox by Fiber on a Whim, and I think this is 40 count. I'm pretty sure it's 40 count, but it's really pretty. And then I'm doing a virtual retreat with Acorns and Thread. They do a fall retreat, and it is, they offer a Zoom option too. So I got my goodies. Now I can't show you any of them. We don't open them up until the retreat starts, but here's the bag. It's a nice bag. So that's gonna be fun. And I think that's the second or third weekend in September. It's before we leave to go on our trip, starting in Honolulu. So a couple of floss tubes that I also wanted to point out is Screen Door Needleworks. Jennifer has been posting floss tubes lately, and she has some beautiful market releases too. So I can't wait to get the cardinal one. Oh, it is gorgeous, and you know I love cardinals. My mother loved cardinals. So we will, I will link her below too, because you really need to check it out. You know, she's the designer that Niecy Lynn, Dottie, and I did the Liberty Eagle Sow. Of course, mine's already framed on the wall. Now, not on my sampler wall, because Damon told me it's not a sampler because it didn't have alphabets. Quakers don't have alphabets, and they're samplers. So just had to clarify. So our shares from our last floss tube, we did Priscilla's Portrait by the Stitching Kitten Designs, and the person that was chosen for the share is Doris Sisk, Doris_Sisk. Now, Doris, I may have your address, but if you would just email me or send me a message on Instagram, and I'll get this out to you. It'll probably be next Friday, because that's when I do all of my mail. But congratulations, Doris. I think this is so cute. And I just, you know, we love kitties at my house. And my kitties are actually being pretty good today. No Daisy May trying to knock things over and eat the silk flowers that were back there. Duke is being a good boy. He and his brother are both in the formal living room. Well, Dallas may be moving. And then Kitty Cat Row by Bent Creek. And I'm going to share that with Michelle 9470. So Michelle, if you would, email me or instant message me on Instagram, and I'll get that out to you at the end of this week. So I have 2 shares this week. You know, Cecilia Turner from Heart and Hand did an exclusive design for keepsakes for StitchCon, and it's We the Women. So I would like to share this, because I bought several. Niecy Lynn bought maybe 4 or 5, and I think she's already shared some of hers. So I thought this would be a good share this week. We the Women Who Work for a More Perfect Union. And the key word for this share is Union, U-N-I-O-N. I need to get this up. This is a good one. And then I had 2 of these, so I'm sharing, you know me, a lot of time, even though I have it in my phone. Anyway, Tiny Modernist Llama Berry Farm. Now, you know, if I fell in love with the llamas and the alpacas in Peru when we were there. And I think the other animal that's related is the vinca. Starts with a V-I-N something. I think it's vinca, but I'm not positive. And you know, I got a couple of sweaters, alpaca sweaters. And so I want to share this. And the key word is precious. P-R-E-C-I-O-U-S. Precious. Because they are precious. They were just amazing. And they had llamas when we got up to Machu Picchu. And one of them was a mother with a baby. So that was so, yeah, it was fabulous. So that is all for the cross stitch this week. I'm gonna show some resin pieces. If you're interested, please stay. And y'all need to be thinking about what I can do with all this resin stuff, because it's, you know, I use it as table gifts and stuff, but I need some other ideas. Next floss tube will be Sunday, 6 September, which is Labor Day weekend. If you're leaving now, thanks so much for joining me. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. I read every one of them, respond to everyone, and I do appreciate it. And now on to some fun things. So I was watching Mandy at Resin Rockers, and she had a floss tube out, a floss tube. Oh my, no, it was not a floss tube. It was a U-tube. For fall things, and I saw this and I knew that I had to make one for Catch and Kimi and Aria if they were still young enough to appreciate them. And then I asked Cassandra, our other assistant at work, if Izzy would like one, and she said yes. So this little girl, now the little ghosty is supposed to be on the front, not in the back. Long story, I did it wrong. But it changes, the light changes color, and it's supposed to have like 5 different colors, but there's something wrong here. So I'm gonna have to email service at Resin Rockers, because they're so good, to tell me what I'm doing wrong, why I can't get it to go to there. Okay, there's the blue. So, and then I put the little resin, not resin, polymer clay pieces in, and the glitter glows in the dark. And it does, because when I turned my lights out yesterday afternoon when I was coming downstairs, it was glowing in the dark. So, and then it's also supposed to flash and change colors. But there's something wrong with this particular light, I believe. And I also have trouble getting it to turn off. It'll turn off and then come right back on. So, I'm gonna make one, a little boy ghost and a little girl ghost for one of my partners. He has a son that's going into the 3rd grade and a 2-year-old. So I thought they might like those. Then I've been playing with, what are these? Paper clips again. And I had some extra pink, so I made pink. What did I do with these? What did I make these? Why did I make these? Oh, yeah, I know. I'll show you in a minute. And then there's the butterfly. Then zipper pull, 250th anniversary, or independence. I'm not shopping, I'm sourcing materials. Absolutely. And then coffee and cardigans. So I think those will be cute zipper pulls. And then last weekend, I was playing with making some little some more trays. And this, let me see. I put the butterflies in, and I think that turned out really nice. Of course, my favorite one are the pink butterflies. So that is what I've been up to with my UV resin stuff, and I really am enjoying it. Well, this was a fairly short video this week. I appreciate you joining me. Again, I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, comment. Make sure you use the keywords for the shares, precious and union. And I will see you on September the 8th. Have a great 2 weeks. Thanks, everybody. Bye. I don't know if I can get this linked to the video 59 that I just filmed. If I can, great, because I forgot. Marcy of Amnicon Studio just filmed her 50th floss tube. You've got to check it out. The first part of it was she drove to Lake Superior and showed a lot of things. It was beyond beautiful. Then she filmed some more of it a couple of days later in the she shed. And then at the very end showed her drive her drive to Lake Superior. It was amazing. So hopefully I can get this attached, and I hope y'all have a great 2 weeks. Bye.